Okay, YouTube world, this is another video from your friendly neighborhood goat. I had a couple of questions on some of the videos that I had, a couple of comments. Uh, what I was running for overclock settings on my 5700s. So I figured I'd make a video, share with what I do. It might not be the most popular way of doing it, might not be the most in depth, but I basically tried to run everything uh, as consistent as possible. As I'm conservative on my overclocks. I don't. What's the point of having overclocks and have all your settings and everything just pumped to the actual maximum and nothing stable? I still have a few cards that, you know, out of the 12 or so that I run on two separate rigs on the 5700s, I'll have one drop off. I have it set to where it doesn't just automatically restart the miner, but I tend to monitor them pretty closely. They will drop off one here, one there. Sometimes I'll run for 3, 4 days, 5 days with no issues whatsoever, and then I have one card drop off. I reboot the system or reboot the miner, and then they run just fine for another 2, 3, 4 days, and then one card will drop off. And it's kind of random depending on what card it is. I do have one card that likes to run a little warm. You can see it right here in the video here. That's on the memory. So as 106 degrees centigrade. Today is 90, I think 94, 95 degrees outside today. I'll show you a picture here in a minute of where these cards are at. But if we come over here and we look at this, you know, I'm running 55.4 on average. This one card here is going to be down a little bit because of the temps. I have not had time to go in and adjust the temps. But here in another couple weeks, our outside temperature will be dropping, and I won't have to worry about that as much anymore because, well, my shed is outside in the heat, anyways. Uh, so it's throttling right now, so that's why it's down. But for the most part, everything, all the other cards run fine. I got a couple that get a little bit warm, but they're not throttling. So I run 900 on the memory, 1440 on my core, and 800 on the VDD, and that's real conservative. I can push my memory on most of these cards to 905, 910. As soon as I start doing that, I start getting into issues with invalid shares. Not necessarily rejected shares, but invalid shares. So, and cards will more frequently drop out, and I have to reboot the miner a lot more often. Since I pulled the settings back on the memory back to 900, I haven't had any problem with these cards. These cards right here are going to be these ones right here. I ordered these from MSI back a couple months ago. They're the non-OC edition ones. Like I said, they do have, let's see if they show it in the picture here. They do have a single pin, they're not going to show it in their picture, but they have a single 8-pin PCIe on them. And I've had really good luck with these cards. Some guys don't like them. I understand. They go 3 fan cards, or they want the 5700 XT cards. They get a couple more hash out of it, and okay, fine. But I paid $330 for these cards. I think $339. I think is what I paid for these cards. Some of your other cards are 400 plus. You know, that's a lot of room to have to make up on ROI. I'm thinking bottom dollar, you know. So, and that's my 5700. It's simple. It runs. It stays pretty consistent. On the wattage, it says 900 watts total consumption down here. That's actually not too far off because of the Delta fans that I'm running and the core system. I think that system is pulling right around 1100 watts total. Now, I did have somebody here on one of the other comments say something about my 1660s, and these are my 1660s. This rig has been up and running for over 4 days. I did have one rejected share or invalid share. That was, I think that was yesterday when that popped up. This rig here, I have a picture of it here in just a second. I'll show you. This rig here runs 5 MSI Ventus Super cards, and all my MSI cards are running 32. I do have this one here. Pull back on the clocks a little bit. I think I may have a bad riser, but I haven't had time to mess with it. Pull the clocks back a little bit. I lost half a mega hash. You know, I do have 3 EVJ 1660 Ti cards in this one. They're running 30.6 mega hash on average, and there's 4 EVGA Super. I'm trying to think if those were Super. I can't remember what exact model they were, but EVGA 1660 Supers. And they run right at 32 mega hash for those ones also. Been a great little card actually. And in one of the pictures, let's see which picture was it. This one right here. Right here's your 1660 Ti EVGA cards. Your 1660 Super EVGAs, and here are your MSI cards, 1660s. The 1660 Ventus cards. And I really like these cards here to get more hash, of course, 32 mega hash on average, and they're a little bit shorter cards, so it makes it a little easier for cable management inside this case. I bought these 3 cards here. I actually got 4 of them total. I got one sitting over on my other workbench over here. And those cards are a bit longer, but I bought them off of eBay used. I got some pretty good deals on them, so it wasn't too bad. But these 1660 cards, these super cards are great. If I buy any more 1660s, they're going to be all super cards. But as you can see, this one particular rig, 850 watts, it's more at the wall, right at 1,000 watts at the wall on that particular rig. And we're doing right here, we're doing 380 mega hash on that one system, pulling right at 1,000 watts. So I figure that's pretty good. If I come over to what to mine, I actually have 3 systems. I have 2 1660 systems and my 5700 system running right now. I'm pulling down 1160 mega hash at approximately 3200 watts across the board for everything. My power cost right now is 10 cents kilowatt hour. So when I calculate that out, I'm making almost $44 a day right now, $36 a day after power. And that's on average. Last week was pretty good, with the Ethereum prices being up pretty good right now, or was last week. I could make a little bit more on Ethereum Classic, and I was solo mining Ethereum Classic, but with their network issues, and now it takes 10,000 blocks before you can get your coins. I just haven't messed with it. That's 2 days before you can do anything with your coins, so I just don't trust it. So I've been sticking with Ethereum. I'm not real up on all the ins and outs of all the drama and everything with all the different coins right now. I just mine what I know I can make money with, and that's bottom dollar. That's just what it's about. For those of maybe wondering, this is my power meter out in the shed. It is running 2,900 watts. This picture was taken probably a month ago. I did add 2 more cards to it. That's why it's up to almost 3,200 watts. I think 3,150 roughly is what it runs actually. For those who might be wondering, this is the ventilation for my shed inside. That's the mining rig. I got a 24-inch fan. If you watch Red Panda mining videos, crypto clutch videos, same type setup. I built my setup well over a year ago, and been great. Like I said, it's outside temperatures. If I go back and look at the fan, or I guess I didn't, I might not got the picture. I got a thermometer above my meter right here, and I think in this picture, before I cropped it down just for the meter, it was 100 degrees in the shed, and my cards never got above 68 degrees centigrade. Then, this was last winter. It was past, I guess last winter, yeah. And that's my shed. My mining room is only 1/3 of this building, and I got a single fan in there, and that's it. Yeah, it's real simple. I got two 30 amp power lines running to it. Just simple, simple. I believe in keeping things simple. But I hope that answers any questions that you guys had about my 5700s and possibly on my 1660 cards. Uh, I've done a little bit of testing on some of these other cards, and I just figure out what works for me. I mean, that's what everyone has to do. You don't follow what everyone's saying online, and you get more mega hash out of it if you do this, or you get more power or less power draw here or there. You just got to do what works for you, and this is what works for me. Oh, and on my 5700s, I did do the BIOS mods. I did do the 1500 straps BIOS mod. I did the BIOS mod all through Hive. Uh, I know Panda just did a video here a few days ago about doing the Windows version, through Windows. Uh, for me, it was easier to do it through Hive. So, and I'm not a Hive expert by no means. There's some guys in Red Panda Mining Discord that's by far 10 times better than I am and will ever be at Hive. I have to kind of fumble my way through Hive because I'm not a Linux type person. So some of the commands and some of the stuff that you do with it, I just don't know. But I can get it to work for myself. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask in the comments, like and subscribe, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Space Goats out.